Good afternoon, gents. How we doing? Tim back. Today is the 1st of November. 26 days till my birthday, just in case you happen to be shopping for me. I understand if you're not. I don't think I'd buy me anything either. Today, whipped up a batch of something I haven't thought of a catchy name for. I think I'm going to call it Woolmolive. It's a Palmolive shaving cream and Mitchell's wool fat. So I was in the mood for a crazy amount of lather, and I think we're doing all right. And since this is possibly my favorite cream and definitely my favorite soap, this is either going to be life-changing or disappointing. I don't really see room in the middle ground here. Gonna use the old Slim today. I have one Gillette super thin left, so I'm gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna dial that hog up to 9. Let her run wide open, which might be foolish with a new blade. I don't know. Yesterday's shave was damn good, and kind of feel a bit better about Thursday and Friday last week. Well, and Saturday. Thursdays was decent. Friday and Saturday were a letdown. Now, as far as face feel goes, so far, this is a winner. It's thin and thick at the same time, which is really neat. Kind of a hallmark of both Mitchell's and Palmolive. That even if you get a little too watery, it still feels like you've got a Kevlar plating on your face. Watched Steve's video for today, this morning. I'm incredibly sorry for your loss, man. That's horrible. I'm just going to do 3 passes, but I'm going to go across the grain, and then against. Doing some reading on Badger and Blade, and I saw a couple of guys talking about skipping the with the grain, but still doing 3 passes. If you know, for guys that are normally 4-pass shavers. And I do put myself in that category. So, we'll give it a whirl. I'm trying not to hit any theatrics today. Just keep the touch light and try and keep the angle right. But of course I went across the grain the wrong way on this side of my face first. Oh well. We'll just redo it in a minute. It's not uncomfortable, actually it's pretty good. This lather and so far the blade are working very well together. I've been thinking about beard mapping, which is why I'm kind of, if you normally watch me shave, you know I'm doing some stuff a little different today. Because this patch from about here, where my thumb or fingernail is down, grows at this angle. Well, this angle. So I'm trying to take that into account. Trick-or-treating last night went pretty nicely. If you saw me shave a few days ago, that might have been Friday, you'll remember me kind of pitching a fit about the scheduling of it. Well, my work center was accommodating and thoughtful to those of us who had families, and I'm actually very pleased with the way they handled it. So, not that there's anybody that watches, but thank you nonetheless. You went above and beyond to make up for somebody else's poor decision-making skills, and compensated and kept us all happy. First pass down, yep, pissed that off again. Oh well. That's really close for a first pass. So far, the Woolmolive is definitely winning. And I haven't, I think I mentioned earlier, but I don't remember. I hadn't used a super thin in my slim yet. I've used it in my open comb I gave to a buddy, my R89, and my slant, and it worked really well in all of those. Actually, it was one of my favorite blades in the slant before I tried a feather. But now that I've used feathers, I don't see a real need to put anything else in that slant. So it was just chilling in my blade box. I said, why not? Let's see how this works. There's a couple of threads in the safety razor subforums at B&B going right now about, you know, what settings do you use on your slim. If you're new from B&B, greetings. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. But if you watch regularly, you know I usually use mine at 7. Although when I first got it, I was using it at 3 and 4. Settled on 7 as being aggressive but comfortable, and now I'm dialing it up to 9 more often. And if I can manage to keep my touch light, it's a very, very good shave. But it makes you, well, it doesn't make you, it makes me concentrate like crazy. Because it truly is a matter of letting the razor head do the work. Now you can see in some spots I'll make a first swipe of something and notice that I didn't actually shave there. Again, I'm trying to keep this light because I have a tendency to get carried away while I talk. And the residual slickness from this lather is crazy. Well, I mean, they're both good in that regard. But when you add them up, the amount of water that they'll both take really, really makes this slick. But without being too watery and losing all your cushion and glide. Alright, one pass left. How are we doing? Well, told ya. Doesn't that just figure? Tui. I did forget to do that. Some days even coffee doesn't help. I really gotta become an evening shaver. Alrighty. Let's do this again, this time with more feeling. One of these days I'll remember to, squeeze the knot of the brush. I always think of that after I get cream up my nose, not before. Well, I don't know. Reply in the comments, I guess, if you have an opinion. But the profile of my upper lip really makes it tricky to shave coming this way, or even, oops, this way, because it's compound, the angle doesn't stay consistent throughout. So I find myself having to basically, shave this half, shave this strip, and then come up here. Oh, hey, I missed some. Come up here and do this. Fair enough. But I don't know how other gents handle that. Mantic and Gia don't seem to have a problem with it. Steve and Kevin have goatees. So, that cuts down on their effort for that part of the face. Let's see. Kind of annoying. My fingers are slipping up the handle of the razor. I guess that's a good indicator that you're not using any pressure. Score. Thought that was going to be a weeper. Well, it might be. There's still a third pass. Alrighty. Grand finale coming up. I was talking to my dad on Skype last night. Some of you will remember I sent him a Wilkinson Classic and some of the new scented Vanderhagen Luxury soap and a couple of packs of blades. Vanderhagen Badger brush and a Volfix bore. And he's full on converted to DEs. However, he doesn't check his YouTube often, or at least since I put up my how to lather videos that I really could have done a better job on. I should really at least make an outline of talking points about doing these and a list of, what kind of shots I could get, because I basically just wanted to adapt some of the really good videos out there to my technique of starting with not my technique, but one of the techniques I read about and started using that works for me, of starting with a really, really dry brush and slowly working up from there. Anyways, he didn't see that, and he bought some Barbasol, because that's what his dad used with a old Super Speed. Because he's been not shaking his brush out enough, not being able to load enough soap, and wasn't getting good lather. But he has said that he's never gotten better shaves in his life. He really enjoys shaving 3 times. He doesn't want it to take any longer than 10 minutes, which is fine. I told him that shower shaving, after he learns to lather a bit better, will get him in that neighborhood, or failing that, just being a 2-pass shaver would do fairly well for him. I'm going to get him a different razor for Christmas. Oh, I'm skipping that. I'll just make that bleed. I left the iPod downstairs. My daughter's napping right now, about 20 feet from me that way. So rather than disturb her slumber, I'll just try and talk quietly and keep you guys entertained. I don't know how well I'm doing. Probably pretty poorly. Man, this blade is great. This may be one of the smoothest, most comfortable shaves I've ever had out of this razor. Aside from a Persona Red, which wasn't terribly impressive. And it's set to 9. It's taking me a little longer than normal, and that's fine. Like I said yesterday, I'm really trying to be mindful of the P's and Q's and reinforce the muscle memory that I do have instead of lapsing, or relapsing, I guess, into bad habits again. I'm trying to learn to talk and pay attention to angle. I'll have to hit my chin again, like normal. This patch. This stinking crease right here. It's as good as we're going to get without bleeding. Guess we'll do this side first. Man, so after I took the razor to my mustache, straight up I went, oh man, I'm set to 9. It was still comfy, but I did get a couple of weepers there. It's still a little touchy from Saturday, but not too bad. Wow, we're going long today. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, right here. It's one of the spots I have trouble with my slim. Mostly because I run it pretty far open and it scares me. If I'm being honest. We'll finish up with the deck. Smaller head makes it easier. And since it's really mild, I don't mind being a bit cowboyish with it. Because it's really hard on my skin, even given my stubbornness, to introduce a lot of irritation with it. Ah, crap, my phone's ringing. Now, screw it. I'll see who it is when they leave a message. That'll do. I'm not going to bore you with the aftershave and crap today because I haven't picked any out. Probably going to be Aquavova. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Happy shaves. See you tomorrow.